big one, I hope. Follow me. Greetings from me, you're watching WromWrom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and a regular news roundup or weekly sim racing news. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. No big introduction today because this is going to be a short video. We have just enough news that we wanted to make a video though, so here it goes. Project Motor Racing's developers kicked off 2026 with a cleanup update addressing community complaints, polished rather than flashy new features. VSync got simplified, the frame rate limiter is now mandatory, but the cap jumped to 180 FPS. Double and triple buffering options disappeared. AMD users get FFX SDK 2.0 support for better upscaling. Hallelujah. The radar received optimization work. Rotation is smoother, proximity warnings are more accurate, and vehicle positioning got fixed. Yellow flags and backmarker callouts won't trigger from cars sitting idle in online races anymore. Off-track penalties changed. Now all four wheels need to leave the drivable surface. You'll see under investigation and no further action messages that actually clear properly. The penalty calculation won't go haywire anymore when measuring distance gain. AI penalties were getting assigned to wrong track sections. That's fixed. Some tracks let players cut through pit lanes without consequences. That's patched. And the investigation won't spam you on the first lap of practice or qualifying sessions. Those notifications clear correctly when you enter the pits now. AI collision handling improved. LMDH AI cars were sliding around unlocking brakes too much. Both fixed. Their tires work better now and brake temperatures don't spike randomly. Collision sound got better. Turbo and backfire volumes were adjusted and car scraping now has a low pass filtering for realism. Crashes from corrupted driver profiles are fixed. Multiplayer replays might load correctly now. The developers call this a speculative fix, which means they're not entirely sure it works. That's refreshingly honest. The hard-coded career length is gone, allowing flexible progression. Default session time changed to 10 AM with light track rubbering. GT and Group C cars receive numerous fixes and improvements, but the patch notes don't specify what those are. Multiple tracks got refinement. The pit limiter won't stick on after rebinding controls. Controller behavior is more consistent, and various crashes were fixed across physics, audio, radar, and UI systems. It seems Endurance Motorsport Series will have Porsches in it, but we still don't know what the heck this game will be about. Sure, endurance, but what else? WromWrom did some BOP on the BMWs and the Opels in the Super Touring class. American Truck Simulator will get a 4 DLC for the road trip sub-game, concentrated mostly on the F-150, that monstrosity that could only come from the mind of somebody in the US of A. Rennsport will add the Kuala Lumpur track, well, a Kuala Lumpur track to the sim. It doesn't look like the F1 track, but maybe I'm mistaken? Fanatec's Podium DD bases we talked about last week got some prices, and they are in the range we've come to expect for 25 Nm bases with about €1,100 USD for them. It's an okay price, but remember, you're getting into a walled garden. iRacing released their second patch for 2026 Season 1. It's mostly tweaks and fixes. AI drivers learned how to handle the Mercedes-AMG W12E performance better. They also improve with GTP class cars. GTP car tires now have a shiny metallic shader. NASCAR tracks got updated lighting near pit road that actually works at night, and Sebring's light poles won't glitch at certain camera distances anymore. The iRacing driver flag converted to global driver flag. The developers fixed timing column widths on relative and standings overlays and removed a duplicate spotter text message setting. Widget editor box got squashed. Time trial info shows correctly in lap timing overlay, and the clock widget no longer hides. GTP cars switched to Vision Tread tires that debut next season. In the NASCAR Xfinity Series, iRacing stiffened the rear bumper hull in the damaged model and increased rear bumper yield limits. There was an immense amount of individual car updates we're not going to list here. You can get the whole details following the link in a description. Same goes for the tracks changes done. There was nothing groundbreaking here, but we didn't expect anything to be groundbreaking. Razer Studios pushed out Automobilista 2 version 1692. This update also locks some DLC content behind actual ownership. The Racing USA bonus pack, Nürburgring Touristenfahrten and Supercars Part 2 now require you to own them. If you bought Racing USA DLCs as separate parts instead of the full expansion pack, you need to grab a Steam key for the full pack to keep the stock USA bonus content. Instructions are available following the link in a description. If you already own the full expansion, season pass or bundles, you're fine. Some players saw their performance tank after 169. The culprit was super sampling AA combining with TAA without resetting properly in existing profiles. If you lost 30% or more performance and used TAA, check that super sampling is turned off in performance options. That said, they improved TAA significantly. It now applies properly to vehicles and reduced shadow flickering. Fences look better and stay more stable. Ghosting on gratings decreased. Dark objects moving against bright backgrounds won't leave visual stains. The patch notes claim notable additional improvements and actually list specific fixes, so it's not just marketing fluff. NPC performance and racecraft improved on ovals. This affects the new stock USAs, all EV USAs and other tin tops with oval variants. Only certain classes have dedicated short oval and speedway physics with proper AI. Opala Stock 1986, Omega Stock 1999, Stock Car 2019, Stock Car 2020 to 2022 and Super V8. You can race other classes on ovals, but the experience won't match those listed. They also fixed multi-class racing where slower AI classes would brake too hard for faster classes. These turned them into obstacles and easy targets when you raced in slower classes. The fix works for conventional multi-class combinations. Creative class combos still have issues. Auto-fueling now only disables for practice and qualifying. Race session auto-calculated fueling still works. Minor tire tread adjustments hit many cars. The developers revised engine inertia and crankshaft values for F Classics and F High-Techs, and stock USA Gen 2 increased radiator cooling. There were also a lot of detailed changes to specific cars and tracks. Again, follow the link in our description for every itty-bitty detail. And subscribe for more news and like if you liked what we did here.